Let me ask you this question. Can positivity ever be a problem? Yes, if it takes the form of toxic positivity. There is a common phrase we hear every now and then, good vibes only. You see it printed on mugs, pasted onto the walls, posters, sung in the reels, and whispered by almost everyone, like a mantra, especially when someone is falling apart. And on the surface of it, it sounds lovely. Stay positive. Think happy thoughts. Smile through the storm. But what if I told you that sometimes, just sometimes, this obsession with positivity is not strength? It is just silencing. It is not healing. It is hiding the pain. Welcome to Mind Healing with Bhavish. This is Bhavish Ahuja, your transformational coach and a therapist. And today we will discuss how this toxic positivity is ruining your lives. Now let's imagine there is a wall inside your house that is cracking, and instead of fixing that structure, you paint over it. You pick up a bright, cheerful yellow color. It looks good though, and it does hide the cracks. But day by day, beneath this paint, the crack widens. And one day, the wall gives in. Not because it wasn't strong enough, but because no one actually saw the fracture for what it was. That's what happens when you turn resilience into toxic positivity. You've seen it happen in your lives. When you broke down one day and your friend ever said to you, everything happens for a reason. It's okay. You shared your fear with someone close to you, and that person replied to you, just be grateful for what you have. One day you expressed your sadness and they offered you a quick note saying, think positive. Now, they all meant well. I'm not saying anything against them, but their comfort became a curtain, and suddenly you saw your real core human emotion treated like a guest who wasn't invited, who doesn't belong to this party. But the brain doesn't forget what your mouth doesn't say. According to neuroscientist Dr. Lisa Barrett, your brain doesn't just feel emotions, it builds them. It's like a chef in your head taking ingredients from your body signals and your past memories and then constructing from all of that an understanding of what you're feeling. So when discomfort arises, let's say sadness or fear or anger, and you slap a smile onto it and say that I'm fine, I'm grateful, I'm strong, nothing is wrong with me, you're actually teaching your brain, do not trust these signals, just ignore them. And what happens is, over time, your brain innocently learns to ignore the body's truth. It begins to say, feeling scared? No, you're not. Smile. Feeling the grief? No, you stay strong. Feeling anxious? Shh, you're blessed. Say you're blessed. Now, this doesn't just confuse your emotions, it begins to dysregulate your nervous system. You might feel chronic fatigue or panic attacks out of nowhere, sleepless nights, emotional turmoil or emotional numbness, or that strange feeling of emptiness that you cannot even name. Now, nothing is wrong with you, I'm saying, but you're just being over positive on the surface and inside under-attuned. Let me tell you about an experience with this girl I coached somewhere back in September 2024. Brilliant, charming, always calm in any crisis situation you talk about. She worked at some top level MNC, I don't even recall now. She was the team's anchor, I remember. When her father passed away, she was back at her desk in 48 hours. You know what she said? I want to stay busy. Staying positive helps me focus. And when she was dumped after a 5-year-old relationship she was having, she said, it's okay, better things are coming in my way. When her mother had a surgery, she smiled and said, at least it wasn't, bad enough, it wasn't worse. Every loss, every ache, every pain, every critical turn in her life, she met with a motivational quote. Until one day, not as she would have expected, her body refused. She collapsed at work, heart raced, palms were cold, the world was spinning around her, and the doctor, they called it a panic attack. A month later, she had 3 more of those. She was signed off for burnout and emotional exhaustion, and that's when she came to me. Beneath this relentless smile was a volcano that had never been allowed to cry. I continue to say this in most of my videos that toxic positivity is not resilience. Understand this. Now, I'm not saying positivity is bad, absolutely not. But when it is used to bypass pain or silence your fear or rush through the times of grief, or it is used to avoid hard conversations, it becomes toxic. Toxic positivity is like telling someone with a broken leg, just dance harder. Don't think about the pain. No, you can't. You don't need more dance. You need rest. You need healing. You need to sit with that fracture before it becomes a total collapse or an unrecoverable situation. Real resilience is somewhat different. Resilience is not pretending everything is okay. It is knowing how to stay with what's not okay without drowning in it. It's holding space for fear and still moving forward. It's allowing grief and still showing up. It's giving your sadness a voice so joy can return. Resilience is emotional flexibility, not emotional avoidance. Understand the difference. It's not stay strong no matter what. It says, I'll break and I'll heal again and again. It is a cycle and I understand it. Now the question is, how do you spot and actually stop toxic positivity in yourself? We need to do a little self-check first. Have you ever said to yourself, I'm fine, when you actually weren't? Did you ever feel guilty for being sad when others had it worse? Did you ever tell yourself, don't cry and be strong? Or did you force yourself to focus on the positive when your body was acting to rest or grieve? If the answer is yes, you are not alone. We have all done it. Because society doesn't teach us emotional fluency. It teaches us how to perform better and hide our pain. But what we need to do is to take a pause. Take a pause from the performance for a moment. And let's listen instead to what the real healing sounds like. It sounds like I'm not okay right now, and that is okay. I don't need to rush my healing. Feeling this doesn't make me weak. It makes me real, a human. I can hold both gratitude and grief because they are not enemies. I deserve space to freely feel what I actually feel. Because before you bounce back, you should be able to fall without fear. Before you rise, you need to take some rest. And before you tell yourself, be strong, ask yourself, what would be the true strength right now? Forcing a smile or holding your own hand? We need to stop turning sunshine into shame. Let's retire this good old phrase, good vibes only. Let's welcome real vibes. All of them. All of these vibes. Regardless. The messy ones, the meaningful ones, and the moving ones. You see, universe made all these vibes for a particular reason. You understand that. Your emotions are not glitches in your programming or your identity. They are the evidence that you are alive, that you are actually a human. Humans have emotions. Humans should have emotions. And resilience, it is not silencing the emotions. It is the song you sing after you have heard every note of your own pain. So the next time life asks you to be strong, people ask you to be strong, don't tighten up. Just relax your muscles and your mind. Listen, feel, and rise again gently. I hope this video did something good to you. This is Bhavish Ahuja from Mind Healing with Bhavish. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video and if you like videos like such, you can consider subscribing to this channel. Do share it to somebody who might need it. Until the next video, I wish you well, stay blessed, stay healthy, and catch hold of this wisdom if you can. Until the next video, take care. Bye-bye.